I had to deal with a headache. But I didn't want to let the headache stop me from streaming, and it wasn't that bad. It wasn't that bad. So I figured, like, I don't think I need to like cancel the stream tonight. I mean, if it gets worse, then yeah, I'll end the stream early. I don't think it will. God, I hope not. Anyway, let us get right to the news. All right, scene transition. Yes, I know it's blank. I'm gonna go launch it. I was gonna launch the game earlier, but it had some like really funny dialogue. I also need to change the language.
Usually, before I go shaking my tits for the press, I like to go see how the professionals do it. Some might say the chief of police has no business in an institution like this, but in fact it's the quietest and safest place in town. You won't run into any reporters, nobody gets into any fights, nobody drinks too much, nobody even raises their voice. The place is owned by an elderly gentleman who knows how to keep things under control. That's why I never invite my friends here. I wanted to make an exception for my 60th birthday, but most of my colleagues are young enough to be my sons, and they'd rather just hire prostitutes. Why stare at some boobs when you can take the whole package for yourself? But there's none of that in our club. Even looking too long is considered indecent. You can get an occasional glimpse, like by accident. The rest of the time you just pretend that you're immersed in conversation, or just come by for a drink. Doesn't mean these gentlemen wouldn't want their bald heads smothered in tits. It's just that nobody says it out loud. My younger colleagues might call it hypocrisy, but I call it the good old-fashioned manners. Good manners and leave the rest unsaid. She agrees to unbutton her blouse, and we agree not to pay too much attention. The girls are on a quiet prowl, too. They're looking for a way out of their cramped rooms. Maybe make friends with some wealthy patron with a pacemaker and dentures. Everybody wants something. But we have to control ourselves, or we'll all turn into libertines and prostitutes. Hell, if there weren't any rules, I'd be belching and farting, jumping up on the table, arms held high, yelling, "Shake it, baby!" No idea how I got so barbaric.
This is the police. Yeah, that was a great intro. And here we are. This is the police. All right, before we start this, change the. Okay, I went to change the language. Oh, okay. Spanish, Portuguese, French, Russian, German. Austria, 1920. Turn down the audio. Cutscene, yeah. Okay, I think I'll just change it from. Yeah, I'll change it from here. We'll take it from here, mate. Turn down 70. Turn this down to about 60. Put it down about 80. I think we should be good. Story, new game. Let's go. Welcome to the. This is the police. I know. The second one's already out. I don't care. I found This is the Police on Humble Bundle. I put it on my wish list and say, hey, I'll go play it for stream at some point. I saw it was really cheap. So I bought it, and I felt like playing it. rather than rather than doing something else because I want to do something new. So here we are. Golden Bird, Mayor Rogers' sex maniac? City Hall confirms rumors of Jack Boyd's resignation. Mark War II to be shown in Freeburg the day before the worldwide premiere by the mayor's personal request. Alright, let me go actually pull up the Twitch chat, because I haven't
When I was a kid, my father sometimes told me at bedtime that if I closed my eyes and didn't open them for a long time, all the demons would blow away.
Huh.
Yesterday I turned 60, but I still take his advice. Not because I'm sentimental or want to keep the memory of my father alive. I just can't think of a better solution. To get away from all the demons that haunt Freeburg, I'd need to wear a blindfold 24/7. Plus, it's a good idea to act blind when talking to reporters. At least that's what my colleagues say. They're afraid of press conferences. But for me, it's more like a confessional. No matter what lies you tell, you're privately thinking the honest answers. It helps me remember who I am. The fact that I'll be reading all about it in the papers tomorrow is a small price to pay. Call it penance for the preacher.
Love his voice, man. His art style too. I watched a little bit of gameplay about this.
This is
but
the
I
first
didn't,
time I'm afraid of
watch
those
too much.
answers my mind has given me.
All this
Not
is
because
new,
I'm
I've never
mad
seen
I'm
this.
losing my job. Though it's true, I'm mad as hell. Not because I subconsciously blame everyone else. Though I damn sure do blame them. And don't even ask me what my next move is. I can't imagine. But even that doesn't scare me. The worst thing is, I know I'm gonna have to do something. I'll be damned if I know how far I'll go. I may have a lot of vices, but predictability isn't one of them. I learned a long time ago how to drive away the swarming demons. But what do you do when they're trying to rip your soul from your skin? Shutting my eyes tight as I can. The best solution remains the same. Play blind. I just hope the reporters think I was blinded by the camera flash.
Oh, okay. Good morning. Oh, that looks like this. Yesterday, the mayor's office officially announced your resignation. This come as a surprise that you know in advance. What's the difference? What does it matter whether it came as a surprise? My business is my own. Do you already know the name of your successor? Who cares? I've done my job. I've just about finished with it. Soon, my only interest will be cigars and jazz. I frankly don't care who takes my place. After the recent corruption scandal, your deputy, Francis Kendrick, said he was looking forward to resigning. If the mayor offered him your position, would that change his mind? Perhaps. Sounds possible. If he thinks the new office would help him serve the city a little longer. Although Kendrick was acquitted, many still believe that the police are cooperating with the mafia. Do you have anything to say about this? I don't know. I've never worked with the mafia, but I can't speak for every man and woman in the department. I can't follow all my employees around the clock. Do you think your personal relationship with the mayor could be the reason behind your retirement? How should I know? Better ask him. Thank you. That social training 101 right there, ladies and
How's the
gentlemen.
back today, Mr. Boyd?
Same as usual.
How did the press conference go?
You can read about it in the newspapers tomorrow. Don't let anyone in.
Even Mr. Kendrick?
Especially Mr. Kendrick.
Drugs. Love me some drugs, yeah. It's the bottle of sleeping pills for escapists.
As soon as I heard the door creak, I knew what face I'd see. When I tell Emma not to let anyone in, there's only one man it could be. Rude, arrogant, no warning. That's Mayor Rogers in a nutshell. White summer shoes, white socks, white shorts, white polo shirt, and the white smile of a hungry shark. Mayor Rogers enters every room like he owns the place. Even the floorboards under his feet sound like they're creaking an apology. He never shied away from the odd corruption scheme. It's like the devil walks behind him. In the movies, the villains controlling the city play golf with the judges. Rogers plays tennis with them instead. That's about the only difference.
Jack, I was hoping to catch you after the press conference. You ran away so quick.
There's no smoking at City Hall. No reason for me to hang around.
Well, this morning I signed a ban on smoking in all public buildings. Soon you won't be able to smoke here either.
Soon enough, I won't be here at all.
That's what I wanted to talk to you about. The people of this city like you, Jack. The police chief of all people. Don't betray that, Jack.
He reminds
Don't
me of
get
Herbert
wrapped up
Pepper.
in any schemes. Sit nice
So
and quiet
much.
for the next 180 days, and you'll be remembered as a hero. That's the only thing that you still have left. Be the hero.
Then how am I supposed to scrape together a retirement fund?
You had a million chances to secure a luxury pension, one that even I would have envied, although I've never set aside any money for myself. I'm not planning to retire anytime soon.
Hmm.
180 days of quiet, Jack. That's all I need. I don't have any problems with you, and you won't have any problems with me. I have a new assistant, Troy Starr. If you have something to tell me, call him. But try not to bother him. He's a busy man.
I'll do my best.
And quit smoking at the office. One of my friends will be using it soon.
So lovely.
Oh, I'm sorry, babe. Only the mayor has this number. Mr. Mayor?
Yeah, is this Troy Starr?
Yes?
Go fuck yourself, Troy Starr.
Day 2. How long we're at this? We're at 12 minutes in. 12 minutes in. Go fuck yourself, Troy Starr. Head of Culture Department owns Villa in Italy. Francis Kedrick on rumor he might be next FPD chief. No comment. Mayor Rogers is a professional. Jack Boyd. Day 2.
Cops don't use the police station cafeteria anymore. There's some kind of stigma against sitting shoulder to shoulder with your partners. Everybody just takes snacks from the machines or grabs a meal and hammers it down in the corner like a vulture on a corpse. The main thing? Don't look into anyone's eyes. Could be construed as an invitation to sit together. The only people eating here are ghosts. My deputy, Francis Kendrick. He recently became one of those ghosts. The subject of one of the most devastating corruption scandals in the history of Freeburg. No evidence to support the accusations, but everyone knows Kendrick's days are numbered. I need that file I asked for. Needs to be ready tonight. Francis didn't say anything, but I understood. Ghosts aren't supposed to talk. Besides, I got a feeling he was already finished.
Here we go. Would you like to receive tips on how the gameplay works? I am a 60-year-old police chief with a few months away from retirement. I don't need anyone telling me how to do my job. Show me what you've got. The Freeburg Police Department organizes upcoming work assignments into the shifts for today and tomorrow. Every shift, officers respond to crimes in progress, and detectives continue their investigations. You can freely move the employees between shifts. All officers and detectives possess several important characteristics. Professionalism shows the overall efficiency level of your policeman. A figure of around 150 is considered average. Any policeman who falls short might not be entirely reliable, while those whose professionalism is considered higher than average are a safe bet, even in a pinch. An individual's level of professionalism may rise and fall throughout the course of their career. Energy shows how tired your policemen are. The less energy your people have, the less reliable they work. And a policeman who is exhausted might fall asleep at the wheel or make a critical error on the job. Your employees lose 1 point of energy after each workday, and restore 1 point after each day of rest. Your employees don't tell you everything. Some additional characteristics are hidden from view. For instance, some cops are lazy and will come up with any reason they think they can take a day off, while others like to drink too much. You can only guess about these things, and you should be able to draw your own conclusions based on the behavior of your employees. Oh. Okay, so Kochi, Yancey, Kochi and Yancey are my best cops. Price is God's abomination, followed by Mole, DeBrito, and Armstrong are my investigators. Yeah, my detectives. Oh, that is beautiful. Oh. Is it gonna sit there forever? Responding to calls is the bread and butter of police work. You'll need to send your officers to a crime scene before the timer expires. A mark on the map shows where the call is from. The farther the destination away is from the police station, the longer it will take your officers to travel back and forth. So the longer your people will be tied up and unavailable for upcoming work.
in progress.
Hit and run. The easiest way to determine how difficult a task might be is to check how many units are allowed to send a call. Particularly risky missions have the option of sending a SWAT team, but they must be accompanied by at least one officer. The number of slots is not the only thing to consider. Any available information for the location of the crime scene to the presence of the weapon and so on, well, this might tell you how serious each case will be. Should be taken. A mission might look simple at first glance, but it turns into a brutal meat grinder, or a serious call which come in and turns up your false alarm. Okay. A married couple exited a convenience store and saw a van parking in the parking lot back over a homeless man who had been dinged through a trash can. The driver jumped out to help, but once he saw that he hit the bump, he got back into the van and drove away quickly. I'm gonna send Asano. I think I only need Asano and Tsubaki. Oh, so the station's right here. Where the cigar goes.
311A in progress.
Fight. The Last Picture Show Theater. A theater manager reports that during a showing of Citizen Kane, a drunk man attempted to force his way into the theater carrying a snowboard decorated with the word Rosebud. When he was denied entry, he violently attacked the cashier and is currently fighting with the theater's security guard. No sense lost him. I think only one officer is left. Okay. I think 2,400 bucks. Do I need to spend money on things, or like when I see with my SWAT team? Alright, they come back. My girls are coming back. That's a report. When everything goes well, the police capture a criminal and nobody dies. The truth is, sometimes the criminal is able to escape. Just try to avoid any dead cops spillings. Dead cops will hurt your roster, and dead citizens fall under your living. Offender escaped. offender escaped. Civilian killed. What? What? It was my first day and you already got someone killed. Okay, I'm not trusting any of you bastards. 3 armed teenagers with a shotgun robbed a videotape store and made off with their full collection of adult movies. The criminals fled in a car. The store manager wrote down their arrest. The owner of one, Janet Brown, who lives in the suburbs. Kochi. Kochi. I'm just gonna say Kochi. I think Kochi might be right. A brother and sister clash with each other with the deceased father's will. According to one of the lawyers, we don't dare to separate them, but our security guard is off duty today. Said Purdy. I think we only need 1 officer for those. I feel like with fights, you can get away. But I have to keep getting away because these are above average. These guys are above average. If they keep getting away like that, then I think I might miss a pairs.
412A in progress.
An assault. Passerby saw some teenagers attack an elderly musician, then ran away with his guitar and money. Tsubaki, don't screw it up. That required me 3. Oh.
Officer on scene. Looks like we have...
For your cops are sure how to proceed. They might contact you and ask you how to handle the situation. Try to deal with whatever comes up, but don't waste all your time on this stuff. You'll have plenty of other problems on your plate. The vehicle in question is parked right outside the Brown residence. The sound of the moaning and loud laughter can be heard through the living room window. Sneak into the house through the open window.
910 complete.
Offender caught, officers unharmed. Yeah, boys.
311A complete.
Alright, let's go. Offender caught, officers unharmed. Beautiful. Oh. There's a nice light there. That's a nice light there, mate. Where are you going? It's all the way out here?
412A complete.
Offender escaped, officers unharmed. Killing. Oh well. We'll get him next time. End of day. Is it? I'm gonna wait for Tsubaki to get back. Well, I'll get a third, so... If you think you'll need a couple of extra hands tomorrow, you can order any cop to come in and work overtime. If they're working flat out, they'll be much more exhausted. Somebody's bound to make a mistake. Shift B. Wait. Oh, okay. Oh, I'm completely different, guys. Oh my god, Stavali, or Staval, 400. Ugh. I think we're good. I think we need to order anyone. Come on.
Used to be, when I asked Kendrick to stay late at the office, he liked to grumble and crack wise. Nowadays, he doesn't have the strength for it. Slumped shoulders, blank stare, wrinkled skin. The past few weeks, I don't hardly recognize my old friend. In his younger years, he reminded me of a gallant royal officer in an old Kipling story. Kendrick isn't just crumbling under the weight of the public pressure, but from the shame of it all. Internal Affairs raided the library he inherited from his grandfather, hoping they'd find buckets of cash stashed in the pages.
Jeez.
Heard about the look on his face, the fearless policeman standing helpless in horror. I've known Francis for 30 years. The past 20 years, he's played loose with the law. And I know that at a certain point, every stolen dollar brings more misery than anything else. Probably sounds crazy, but I sympathize with the guy. What can I do? Your friends are your friends, and these are the waters we swim in.
Called all of the people on that list today. Now they know you're in business, so you could get a call from any of them. You don't need to worry about any of them. I've cleared them all.
And what kind of business are we talking here?
It's nothing too serious, just like you asked. Should be just a few small favors. Payments will vary depending on the situation and who you're dealing with. How much are
That's
you
off.
looking to earn?
Suspicious.
$500,000.
$500,000? Why not a whole million?
Because everybody wants to take $1 million. Figured I'd try something different.
$500,000 in 180 days? Well, you could earn it all above board if you netted all the big fish and hit all your bonuses.
Never knew you for a fisherman.
Well, you never got into my business, and I'm not trying to get into yours. But be careful about bringing in any other cops. Sooner or later, they'll put the finger on you. And one more thing, Jack. I remember what you said, but I should probably add one more name to that list. Christopher Sand.
Sand.
Yes, Sand. My worst enemy.
Christopher G. Sand. Everyone knows the name, but few could tell you who he is. The old man stays away from the spotlight. Always wears old-fashioned jeans and knitted sweaters. Gives to charity. Rarely attends social
I thought it was
events.
the guy in the middle.
An
holding
avid
the wine.
hunter, I hear.
Black
Even
hair.
dabbles in poetry. You'd never guess he's the head of the oldest and most powerful gang in the city. Goes back as far as his great-grandfather. And Sand is strict about following the old rules. He rarely involves himself in commonplace murders and robberies. Hardly needs to intimidate anyone to get his point across. The people who work for him each have their sphere. They provide protection where needed, even work with the authorities when they want to make a deal. Meanwhile, Sand pulls the strings without getting his hands dirty. People sometimes mistake his quiet approach. A couple years ago, an arms dealer decided to expand its business without asking permission, and his whole family paid the price.
Ouch.
In 4 weeks, Sand killed 31 people. Old men, women, even a few teenagers. And Sand's people made sure every paper reported it. Frank, I don't want to hear you say that name again.
Jack, please, listen to me. I'm in with these guys.
We agreed, Frank. That's not the kind of business I'm into. I don't go there. Never have, never will.
Day 3. The Mafia. Francis Kendrick announces retirement date. Construction of Cinema Museum postponed again. Legendary singer Gennaro Crespo comes to Freeburg. Coolio. Coolio. Get stretched up to Hollywood. Jackson, Mississippi. When a police officer's too tired to be effective, he will ask for a day off. Some tired officers will request days off even when they're at full strength. Some of the reasons you'll hear are far-fetched, while some are very serious. Don't overindulge your subordinates, and don't antagonize them. And antagonize them. Why can't I say that word? Antagonize them either. Remember that everybody's got secrets, and you've got to make sure these guys got your back. They're your back. No. In addition to their performance ratings, police officers also possess a rank. Employees begin at the lowest rank and can be elevated in ranks within 1, 2, or 3 stripes. Once a week, you can pass out stripes to improve the rank of any employee. To think that no one is worthy of an honor some week. If you think that no one is worthy of the honor some week, you can postpone the ceremony until later. Insignias won't go out until your people are ready. Oh. Employees of rank will not only increase in professionalism, but will also learn to command. Whenever a ranking officer is on the scene, his or her colleagues are more likely to perform better than usual. Sometimes when cops get ranked, they start thinking more seriously about their service. This can mean less drinking or more time spent on the job. Some of them might even turn out to be dependent. Oh. We give Van Dahl one. We give the volley. Oh, Jesus. I should have probably given that to Robbins. Freiburg is one of those cities where you listen to what they say or nothing at all. You can always select any song from your collection and play it at any time, just like in real life. Well, the life of your grandfather. Ooh. I remember this part. We're gonna play this one. Sweet Ginger Green, Piers Pickering, Ragtime 5. Oh, that's lovely. Let's get down to business. Let's learn how to fire and hire cops. A fair. Police station. Labor market. You have a certain number of paid job openings, for which you can hire any available applicant. Job slots are separated between officers and detectives. Hire for shift mate. I'll frame a slot, time to hire someone. I don't want to fire Robin. If you have legal grounds for your termination, no one asks any questions. You may need to fire them anyway. Legality be damned, but that can land you. The other staff will become more worried about their jobs, and they are about actually doing their jobs. Other way to frame a slot is
Sweet Ginger Green.
That's not really a valid option.
Red is for danger, so I'm told. I know just what.
I don't want to fire it. You're like a good guy.
Oh, Sweet Ginger Green.
11 in progress.
What?
She's sweeter than soup.
What? Can I do that?
Beats Lulu too.
I just lost an officer.
Now she can shimmy
What the hell?
from Sister Kate. She's a
Can I still task him to do work? Yep. He receives a frightening call from the local cathedral. This morning, the abbot discovers that someone entered the old yard's tombstone was painted with satanic symbols. They have broken to pieces. It seems that there are even marks with a shovel, but the abbot would say no. Robbins and Roy. I need Roy to get his professional. I would send him Birch Jr.
11 in progress.
Handles back in town. Businessman Harley Jones looking out his window. Some two teenagers scratching a fence's slogan in his new car. Samandi. And Brad. Back. I'd like to hire. I'll hire Barton. No. Shift A! I meant Shift A! Shift B. Yancy, Sparky,
Now she
Asano,
can shimmy
Austin.
like Sister Kate. She's just a dancing queen. Fit
I thought
for
this
a
was
king.
Shift B.
Swing, sweet ginger, swing, sweet ginger green.
1210 in progress.
Suspicious individuals, Eddie's Burgers. A waitress named Bila reports that she just served a chicken Eddie and a Diet Coke to a dangerous criminal who she'd seen on the television just this morning. The culprit is sitting at the window eating a burger. Send Birch to do it. Want to? But yeah, we have some guys back.
211 complete.
Report. Offender escaped. Officers aren't harmed. Christ. He's gonna get fired. Offender escaped. You're kidding me? Come on, mate. I don't want to set the vault for every vandalism. For every vandalist coming out. I mean, this Birch one isn't gonna end well either, is it?
1210 complete.
Suspicious individual. The waitress had mistaken retired officer Frank Nero for the fugitive in question. King Louis nightclub. Mr. Boyd, my bouncer stuffed himself with Mexican food again, and now he says he can't get off a can. Meantime, the line outside the club is stretching around the block. He needs someone outside who could tell the cool guys from the punks. Send Roy to do it. I mean, I don't really care. But Roy is like 5. I swear to God, if Roy just like causes a freaking disturbance or something.
1111B in progress.
Drug sales. Christopher G. Sands' ice arena. Anonymous call just came in. A clown carrying balloons and skating rink selling crack to teenagers. Vandal, go.
411 in
Sam
progress.
Snorkin. Sorry, Chief, but I quit. In one night, I pulled in more cash than I earned in a month working at this stuff. Mr. Snorkin said he wouldn't mind taking me on. I guess I wasn't cut out to be a cop. Bastard. Thank you for the help, Mr. Boyd. 4,500. Screw you! You're like the worst cop of my the worst cop of my thing anyway. A naked man carrying a canister of gasoline has threatened to set himself on fire unless his favorite chewing gum becomes popular again. What the hell? What? Said Robbins. And I would have said it's Stovall. That sounds so stupid, but I'm gonna die because I'm gonna die.
Officer on scene.
As the
Looks
police
like we
arrive, a
have
cloud is making
situation.
up balloon animals for kids. Take the cloud onto the ice to round up any witnesses. Take the cloud onto the ice.
1111B.
Fender caught, officers unhurt. Officers
411
unhurt.
complete.
Suicide threat. Offender escaped, officers unharmed. What does it matter if he escaped? Should that be a good thing? Kind of, maybe. Yeah, everyone's gonna come back anyway, so. Yeah, we'll switch. Barton. I want to move Barton over to Shift A, because I need more cops than Shift A. I have far too many for Shift B. Robespierre to reveal his identity when the time is right. Feminist organization denied official registration. Enemies using feminists to destroy Freiburg. It's lovely.
Whenever
you
I'm
old
alone
bastard.
at home and there's a knock at the door, I always hope it'll be my wife, Laura. She's always forgetting her keys.
Hello, my name is Steve, and you're Jack Boyd, is that right?
To get to my front door, the Bible boys walked about a mile from the local bus stop, jumping over mud puddles and skirting a couple of landfills. Laura doesn't go in for religion either, but according to her, these brave lunatics with their fake smiles deserve at least a minute of attention. She patiently listens to them, asks them questions, regales them with pastries, and never once dropping a hint of condescension. When I watch her do it, I've got to admit it gets me. I'd have hugged those boys, sat with them on the porch and lit up a cigar. But a month after Laura left, all I could do was quietly ask them not to bother me. Today I'm a little rougher still. Shut the door on his nose this time. Another couple weeks at this rate and I'll be greeting anyone who comes close with my service pistol pointed towards the sky, ready to fire my warning shots.
Not a good idea.
In my life, even the basic stuff never goes like it's supposed to. Normally, when a wife is going to leave home, she'll make a scene or at least sit everyone down for a serious conversation. But Laura just disappeared. The children in the stories always stand on the side of the mother, but all 3 of our sons supported me. The in-laws always blame the husband for making their daughter unhappy. But now Sally, Laura's mother, well, we sort of have a pact. The fellow Laura ran off with is young enough to be her son. I hear he's 30 years old. Of all the possible information a man can know about his wife's lover, I get hit with that. Fortunately, Laura's mother doesn't like the way it sounds either. Sally figures this guy just thought he'd have some fun with a mature woman, but he'll be back chasing college girls before the year is out. So we have an agreement. Sally's gonna track down Laura and try to reason with her, and we'll arrange a meeting. Meanwhile, I'm supposed to not do anything stupid, which of course means anything at all. It's a crazy situation. I'm the police chief, and the person I'm trusting to find my wife is an old woman armed with a phone book. But I can't afford to lose Sally as an ally. So for the moment, I had to swallow my pride.
The pride and sense of accomplishment for me, eh?
Hello.
Mrs. Markham, this is Boyd.
Oh, is there any news?
That's what I wanted to ask you. Have you found anything? An address, phone number? Have you spoken to her?
Don't worry, Jack. I've narrowed the range to 2 suspects, or whatever you like to say at your police building.
At my police building, we find people faster than a funny old woman chirping on the phone with my wife's girlfriends.
Oh, you're an old man, Jack. Come to your senses. They'd give us straight odds on the street. But I've got more energy, Jack. Maybe you think I'm a foolish old woman, but I go to my book club, argue with the girls about Byron, and it gives me energy. I talk to my dogs, and it gives me energy.
It gives me energy.
Jack, you don't even have a hobby. You got no passion. It's why Laura left you.
Let's not go back into that, Sally.
It's my
Find
energy.
my wife, and we can discuss
Hey,
my
welcome to the stream.
hobbies later. I'm waiting for your call, and my patience is running thin. Laura, if you've stopped loving me, I'll let you go. I can't expect the impossible from you.
I've got the
Just don't let me
energy.
die out here, okay?
Really gotta repair your jerk. Really gotta check out that spark plug. Just saying. Shift B. I have an excess amount of officers for this shift. All right, let's play. Let's play this one. Nocturne in B major. 4x1 he. Yes, I know who you are. You followed the stream once. Yes, I know. If someone commits a serious crime and flees the scene, the case goes on to your detectives. That's what the detectives are for. You investigate the crime scene, interview witnesses, and gather whatever information seems pertinent. Pertinent? Pertinent? Yeah, pertinent. One of your detectives will be the lead in the lead investigator in the case. You will assign additional detectives in the case who will work under the lead investigator as subordinates. The more professional the lead investigator is, the more effective is the team. Black activist Ronnie Moore was shot outside of his house. I'll put mold to it and I'll put burrito under it. I'm not going to decide. Then who am I? I mean, I don't need to say out loud. But I mean, I know. I'm not saying names out loud here. Destruction of property. City Hall. A member of the city's cleaning crew saw an elderly man approaching some expensive cars in the parking lot, carrying a long iron rod. The whole street could hear him shouting, "Bastards! Thieves! Bloodsuckers!" Send out Yancey. Yancey needs to get his pride back. Fire all black cops. A racist gang has recently made some trouble in the city. They're capturing black townspeople and beating them to death. They recently sent a message to the local radio station promising to kill all black doctors, firemen, and police. We don't need any more dead police, especially not mere months before the election. The racists are gaining more and more followers, and even some of our citizens are supporting them. You'll have to fire all black employees over the next 2 days due to the mounting racial tension. No, I am not. No, I'm not gonna fire Officer Austin. This is my other shift. Actually. We're on shift B. We only have 2. 2 black officers and 2 black detectives. I'm not gonna fire Stovall. Stovall is 2 chevrons, 2 stripes, and the professionalism of 450. Like, come on.
113.
I'm not firing him. Screw you, Town Hall. I'm resigning anyway, so who cares? A gas station surveillance camera recorded a car that's on the stolen vehicles list. Barton Sabaki. Barton Sabaki. Go, 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 go. Investigation is started. Detectives have interviewed witnesses, collected evidence from the scene, and are pursuing the investigation. Expect results. Drove by a stand, they shot like a machine gun. See bunch. Shot. See how he deserves. Cause control for a long time. He's been cursing. Carry on. Remember the car in the neighborhood was quiet. Never heard any shots. Police these days don't do anything. I almost died myself. I went to buy some medicine, got here nearby by something in his car. Well then. Dead. Okay. I hope I don't actually have to put anything together myself. Destruction of property. Offender cut. Officers unharmed. Bloody nice, mate. Nice wood. I wonder what I do with cash. Investigations. Cases, gangs, archives.
1210 in progress.
Carjacking, suburbs. The driver is nowhere to be seen. Interview potential eyewitnesses.
113 complete.
Offender cut. Officer dead at what? No, Sabaki! What? Officer dead, civilian killed. How? Please explain why. How did you die? Suspicious individual Corey Ramsey, the mother of 7 children, has expressed her concerns about a suspicious man wearing bifocals, seated on the bench beside the playground. He's been watching the children for over an hour and has taken several photographs of him. Oh, I smell a pedo. It's pretty over. Disgusting. This is so sad. We lost Sabakian. Okay. I don't know what to do. Should I just hire a new cop, I guess? I mean, I guess I should, shouldn't I? What's shift B? So, we'll hire shift B, not shift A. Good thing it doesn't cost me any money, so I can hire at will. I don't need to be like a cheapskate.
1210 complete.
Mr. Boyd, I'm opening up Freebrook's first martial arts club. For my first exhibition, I want to hold a sparring match where one of my students takes on your toughest cop. After the fight, I'll teach your man a few tricks, something that will help him out on the streets. Okay, send out Koji then. Not our toughest cop, but there's our best cop. This is what our police department does. Offender escaped, officer unarmed. You're kidding me! Why are you guys so bad? Ugh. Homicide. The detective's present frames different versions of what might have happened on the crime scene. Open investigation. They get it wrong half the time, but a good cop can separate fact from fiction. If they know how to look at case material, the more professional detectives work in the investigation, the better their instincts. I smell a pedo. What are you playing, a police dog? Well, I mean, this is the man, the myth, the legend, Jack Boyd. This is Jack Boyd. He is everything. Okay. To get your suspects, you'll need to figure out the true sequence of events at the crime scene. Using the frames you think likely, sometimes with little guesswork thrown in, it all adds up with the sequence. It all adds up, but the sequence fails, you're probably telling the wrong story. What's the punishment? Drive by a sedan, they shot like a machine gun. I didn't see much. Civic Discos. This has to go here. Shot there. Clayton only heard a few muffled shots. He got what he deserved. He's been causing trouble for a long time. Cursing. What? I'm gonna switch him. I don't know. I don't know. Yes, he is everything. He is our Lord and Savior in this game. This is too mean. I'm assuming it's too new. Just create it as thief and everything. Fire all black cops. No, we're not firing all black cops.
311A in progress.
Fight at Kevin's rope bar. The bartender reports that a couple of dancers started fighting over tips and a cat fight broke out right on the stage. Purdy, take care of it. Oh, sorry. Purdy and Munn. Good cop and a bad cop. Literally a good cop, bad cop.
311A in progress.
Fight, Octopus Restaurant. The bartender reports a fight that was broken out between a patron and the bar's bouncer. The man, apparently drunk, had climbed onto the stage while a local singer was performing, tried to sing the duet with her. It seemed that bad. I could probably get away with sending a song. I don't want to send in two. I don't want to send in Yancey for something like that. I want to save my good cops for something like that. Actually, it's already at the end of the... Oh, it's already at the end of the day.
We've got a situation here.
On the stage, the two strippers are going at it. It's gone beyond arguing to a full-blown cat fight. The bouncer is fast asleep, clearly too wasted to handle the situation. The drunken patrons are happily watching the fight. Shut off the music and turn up the lights. The strippers continue fighting, oblivious of the police's presence. Don't interfere. Ask the bartender for a bucket of cold water.
311A complete.
What? What? Our offender escaped. Oh, you bastards are awful. Awful.
311A.
God. Offender escaped. And what? Chief, I just nailed the chap a couple of times, but he was too fast for me at 1 point. I really don't understand all the rules, so I can't keep track of the points very well. But he was right. He even showed me a few tricks after the match. Got carried away a little, pulled my back. I think I could take a day off. Sure. I mean, can't Yancey can compensate. Order to work. Switch. Alright, switch. Nope, those really were strippers. Yes, they were, son. Yes, they were. Oh. Officer Blaine explains, I thought she was a suicide bomber. Retired police officer Thomas Blaine shoots pregnant woman. What? Officer Rogers, the city has no problems with racists. Good job, guys.
Why would a man need a barn? To store all the stuff you can't bring home. About 30 years ago, back when I was young and interested in farming, I carried all kinds of junk home. After a day in the field, I'd come home with buckets, shovels, dirty boots and clothes, and instantly transform the living room. But even back then, there's something I always kept in the barn.
My whip. Is it your sense of pride and accomplishment? Pills! More pills!
I stopped
Pills.
keeping my pills inside the house because every time I was about to take a triple, someone would knock on my bedroom door.
Huh.
Now they're knocking on my barn door. Well, fine. It's not every day that someone comes to visit your barn. In all the years we worked together, Kendrick never came to visit the house.
I said bear.
We drank at bars,
Pretty
went
sure I did.
fishing, went to the mountains, even chased off some poachers one time.
Nice.
But he never came for dinner with the family. We never watched football over here. And now he's brought his friends to visit my barn. I always try to look unsurprised, like it's an everyday thing to get visitors at the old barn, especially guests with their own personal bodyguards. But Kendrick is sharp enough to see he's caught me with my pants on backwards.
Sorry for the surprise, Jack. We saw
Alright.
you from the car. Figured we'd find you in here. I'm going in for a minute, fellas. These guys will wait outside.
That sounds very suspicious.
How long you been dating the lover boys?
They're Sans people, Jack.
Yeah. So now you're appearing in public with members of the mafia?
Jack, I'm leaving tonight. More like fleeing. Jenny and I are taking the girls and making a run for it. Probably won't be seeing each other again. I've got new documents, a new name, a new life, everything new.
Oh,
The
no.
papers say you're still working your last week for the department.
I've got to get out today. I won't be getting another chance. Don't know if
Oh, I
you
didn't.
noticed, but the whole
My bad,
city
then.
is against me.
You told your mafia friends about your plans.
Jackie, if I don't fix everything with them in the next few hours, they're going to kill me. And not just me, my family, my relatives, God, Jack, I don't know who else. They found out that I was planning to run and they demanded that we close our contract today.
Nice going,
Your
Sherlock.
contract, Frank? Really? Is that how you talk now? Maybe you should call in the lawyers to straighten all this out.
Now is not the time, Jack, please. I have a commitment to them until the end of the year. They need an inside line at police headquarters. I can't just give them back the money. That's not how the mafia works. If I can't find someone I can trust tonight, I'm dead. You know me, Jack. I wouldn't ask you if I wasn't afraid they'd cut my daughters to pieces before sunrise.
He's the
Their fault,
damn
not
fool
mine.
who puts his daughters in the crosshairs in the first place.
Exactly.
Anyone in my place would have dressed him down good. But I didn't want to pile it on. Fate's already got this guy's soul in the grinder.
I'm not helping them. His flaws. His
I'm
fault.
not gonna lecture you, Frank. I don't think I have anything to say that you don't already know. I'm sorry for your family. I wish them all the best of luck.
His fault, not mine. Guy seems like a dick anyway. Sorry, not sorry. I mean, in my defense, he's the one that put his family in jeopardy. He's the one that got himself in this stupid mess, and I'm not gonna bother with it. Because if I get into it, then it's just gonna cause me problems. No, I'm not gonna bother. Also, again, he kind of seems like a dick. No matter your personal relationships with the city's administration, your police station is at their mercy. In order to maintain reasonable working conditions, you have to send appropriate requests to the mayor. Such as,
If you must
Affairs.
go, sweet
City Hall.
mama, please leave it
decisions from
down
City Hall depend
for
on whether they're satisfied with the work. It can send a request every 5 days.
Rooster
The fools
crow,
in charge of the city may refuse outright or accept only some of their
and
requests.
I have
So only
ran
ask
around. She said, if you want my fricassee, you'll have to run me down.
Jump slot and raise. Although I could actually use more protection. Here's your week's salary. City Hall hopes we don't disappoint.
210 in progress.
Tomorrow's deadline. I'm not firing. disorderly conduct. Every morning there's a dirty, piss-soaked bum sleeping in the cafe. The man refuses to go away and growls at anyone who approaches him, scaring all the customers. Birch, actually no, Grant, I swear to God, if you can't do this, I'm firing you. If you can't get away a homeless person, I don't know what I can do. Fire.
I'm Alabama.
Didn't come to work, came to work drunk, too old, failed 3 assignments in a row. Oh, I can fire someone. Fire. Oh. That's good to know.
I
Robbery.
You round
Witness.
from town
Robbery. I consider the SWAT team for this. Witness looked on from her window while an armed man had a stocking on her head and entered nearby liquor store. Vandal, SWAT team, go. I don't want to send Staval in. Actually, I probably should have sent Staval in. I was thinking, like, I don't want to send him in because I think he's gonna be dead. I'll send him in here with Samandi. Hot dog vendor reports that he saw 2 Elvis impersonators grappling in there right on the sidewalk. They're swearing in Spanish and beating each other with microphones. They're swearing in Spanish and beating each other with microphones. I bought the game for about $3 on Humble Bundle. I think the default price is about $10 on Steam. It's pretty good. I'd recommend it. Based on what I'm reading here, it's great. Alright, then it's Staval and Samandi. Disorderly conduct. Offender escape. Offender escape! Oh! Why do you guys suck? You guys suck so bad. Or chip. Okay. Why do you guys suck at everything?
Got a situation here.
Robbery. The shop has 2 exits, from which few people have already fled. And you're no, don't drive into the main one. Just think of the back door, Sherlock. Stegman notices the police presence and took the cashier hostage. He's holding up a gun straight to the hostage's head, shouting, "Back off or I'll blow his goddamn face." Meanwhile, the cashier is yelling at him in language. You in the mask, shut your face, drop the weapon. Robert grows visibly nervous. Don't shoot, please, I need the body. Just go, take a little bit and go. No one was hurt. Cashier begins to brag. I'll let you off here if you release the hostage. Offender caught, officers unharmed, civilians unharmed. Yep, SWAT team with it. Jack, this year the organizers of the Golden Beast Hunt suddenly changed the rules for the annual shooting contest. It now features teams instead of single competitors. Can you send it to your finest marksman? I'd really love to do well in the competition. Birch Jr., go in. I need 2? Okay, fine. I'll send it my crappiest. Kidding. It's a hot one today, and a lot of people are going in for a swim. Last week, 4 people drowned on the beaches of Freiburg, and the press was up in roar. So it's going to keep an eye on things. Grant. I'm being so strained. I can't hire anyone for the shift, can I? Hire for shift A. I need more people for shift A. Look, I'm so strained. We get this first here. Antique Chinese necklace was stolen from the Bao Liang while she was on the way to the pawn shop. Beasley's lead, Moser's subordinate. I need my guys to come back here first. Okay. Oh no. Destruction of property. The gallery exhibition entitled Sex Operation, a gang of young people in ski masks forced their way in and began to smash the exhibit, shouting, "We don't need this shit in our city." A gang of young people. I don't have the officers. Alright, see ya. Thanks for stopping by the stream. I don't have enough people, even on the force. If I were to send in 3 officers, I wouldn't have time for it. I'm gonna pass it up.
212 complete.
Structure the property. Offender escape, obviously. Offender caught, officers unharmed. Ernest, we did it, boy. We won. That Ernest really knew a lot about shooting. He even taught us a thing or two. He invited us out hunting to celebrate the victory, so we'll be taking a day off we deserve. What? No! You're not taking a day off! Well, I've been granted by Crappy's cups. Me and my husband got into a difficult financial situation. I was going to the pawn about an antique necklace. Family for many centuries. I was carrying out the necklace at the pawn shop. Someone ripped it from my shoulder and disappeared. I didn't have any time to do anything, not even cry out. The offender was on a motorcycle who drove down the road, grabbed the bag, and then escaped. Drove down the road, grabbed the bag, and then escaped. I tried to race after him, but I didn't even see the time if he was a man or a woman. I couldn't see his face, but he was dressed with a jacket, like those other bikers hanging around the street corner. Definitely not a local biker. They are bald and have beards. This guy looks like an Asian, probably Japanese or Chinese. I didn't see a weapon on his hand. I just saw him grab her bag and ride off. So, him. Me and husband got into a difficult financial situation in the family for many centuries. It could have been the husband. But the problem isn't about being the husband. What would the husband care? Let's preserve history, I guess. Robbery report. Got 3 new frames. Okay, this is the bag. So, pulling up, yanking, and riding away. Suspect is Kuan Ying Lin, Chinese immigrant recently expelled from university. The detectives have some information on the whereabouts of the suspect. Sometimes they might be in a number of locations to choose from. To carry out the arrest, 2 officers must escort the lead investigator to apprehend the suspect. If the lead investigator is not on duty, the arrest will have to wait. But remember that fugitives won't sit patiently until your schedule is cleared. I did just send in 2? Why? Also, remember that criminals will react in different ways. A frightened thief is likely to surrender as soon as the game is up. A brutal killer might want to see just how many he can take with him. With a more dangerous criminal, it's safer to send an experienced officers or even a SWAT team if you see fit. Have to send in 2 investigators. Soleimani and Vandal. Bastard took the day off. Vandalism. Guard went out for a smoke and saw a teenager riding up CVs in the wall of the building. I chased the brat up to the tree. You can take it from here. I'm out of cops. Shift day is awful. Your ass. I need to ask Town Hall. I need to ask Tammany Hall for more. I need to ask Tammany Hall for more cops on my A shift. Robbery. Offender caught. Nice. Case closed. You're able to arrest all suspects. Beautiful. Let's go see the situation with Stavali. Offender cut. Officers unharmed. Beautiful. End of day. Looks like tomorrow's gonna be a long day. More like the first of a lot of days. This is gonna be too much. I'll bring in my B shift. My B shift has far more people, far more manpower. My B shift has far more manpower. That's gonna be my primary one, so I can get A shift. According to Dr. Elodora Waterbury, Thomas Blaine has a new form of schizophrenia. Thomas Blaine, pregnant woman killer, sent to mental hospital. Mayor Rogers, not afraid of the competition. Hold on. I wonder how's it going with Francis.
Mr. Boyd, there was a man here earlier. He left you this.
A man? What man? Who let him on this floor?
I don't know. I've never seen him before. I asked him his name, but he just ignored me. He was talking on a big telephone, you know, one of those portables. He gave me this envelope and left.
Damn. Okay, let's see about this.
All right. Oh, okay.
The photo could have been doctored, of course, but Sand doesn't go in for cheap theatrics. Kendrick is dead, his family is dead, and they probably died slowly and painfully. But Sand's got a bigger game. He's not trying to frighten me. He's just trying to clue me in on the facts. I didn't agree to work for him on my own, so now they're just going to insist. Boyd.
Good morning, Jack. I believe you just received my message.
Who am I speaking with?
Oh, I'm sorry. I forget some people don't recognize my voice. But I assure you, Jack, if I was sitting right there in front of you, you'd have no trouble recognizing me. Like I was a member of your family. Even better than a wife, perhaps. A wife can betray you. No man is immune.
I don't talk to people who don't tell me their names.
Oh, Jack, don't be so childish. You're too old to run away from strangers. Yes, we both are. And in our old age, friendship becomes rare and all the more precious. But of course, we must work with new people and find out new names. So if you insist, Jack, let us formally meet. Hello, Jack Boyd. I'm Christopher Sand.
Wonderful, Mr. Sand. And what is it you do for a living?
Oh, you'll soon find out all about that. Well, you'll learn much more than a simple policeman could ever expect. You're a simple policeman no longer, Jack. Don't turn off your phone. You start today.
8 in 10. It's been my go-to principle since my first day on the job. I've got to let my colleagues hush up what they need to, 2 out of 10 times, so that they'll help me with the remaining 8. 80 out of 100, 800 out of 1,000. I'm proud of those statistics. It's not so bad for Freeburg, right? But now I just officially became a mafia whore. I'm supposed to be fearing for my life, for the lives of my wife and children. But the only thing I can think, what's gonna happen to 8 and 10?
Lovely. I drank too much. I don't think I can get a hold of this guy. No, because then I now have the excuse to fire. I think I forgot the feed. No! No. I'm gonna start today. I'm gonna fire Price. Price is pretty crap anyway, to be honest. Bud Meeps Bob, Bud Freeman. Qui-Gon Lin turns out to be a member of the gang known as the Red Flag. He could help you take down a gang if you make them perform. They're another gang. They're bounties. They're the criminals you come across will be members of one gang or another. And she's community that they feel like Jin Yang. In this way, you could get your hosted gang members higher and higher on the food chain. Ultimately take down the boss. If you don't arrest them, the boss gang will be finished and you'll get them later. Nice. There's also a reward for formerly chosen gang members. Whenever you list a gang member, you get a bonus. But your deal with that person is over. Don't settle for small fish. You can use a small fish to catch a big fish. Arrest of 2,000. I'd rather start investigating. Receiving stolen property, Ning-Hee is still hit the street. He doesn't get subordinates. Go uphill. Okay. Eliminate the Red Gang mask. Bao Ling has several interviews in which he spoke about atrocities committed by the Red Max gang. She embellished a lot and distorted the facts. If you want to keep people from panicking, you'll need to take down the gang within the next 4 days. promises we will keep an hour. Why? You can hire one more police. Okay. 850. Hire him for the A shift. You now earn 10% more. Now earn 10% more. 13 for a week. Okay, Bears. City Hall. Gotcha. Price. Fire. People in work drunk. Fire league. Dead. There. Price is all. And not to mention Price is also failed. So, yeah.
Arcade in progress.
Sugar Dream Adventure. Attempted murder. A young employee at the factory got into a fight with a manager and tried to push him into a vat of boiling chocolate. Oh boy. Oh, let's see this. Purdy, Hoskin, go. Seeing stolen property, investigation started. Faithful assistant to Jin Yang, a founding member of the gang, he's entrusted with a series of jobs. Then he keeps his more valuable prizes at home while he arranges their sale. He then brings them to the Wise Dragon restaurant date. The gang must have had immediate plans. So the gang brought it to the restaurant. Usually the restaurant is over for that, and it was closed the night before because yeah. Then he has the as the key to the restaurant. Valuables are kept in the safe under fire. Take down a gang in 4 days. That sounds like. I mean, granted, I feel like in a game you probably could, but I feel like a gang that would take months, if not years.
410A complete.
Attempted murder. Offender caught. Officers unharmed.
113.
Let's see if we can get above the average. Carjacking, suburbs. Parking attendant lot, Dylan Burns. Parking lot attendant. Dylan Burns reported seeing a teenager walking between cars, trying handles in hopes of finding an unlocked vehicle. Before the attendant could approach him, the teenager found an unlocked car and shut himself in. A few seconds later, the teenager drove shrieking from the parking lot, greatly exceeded the speed limit. He fled towards the suburbs. Barton, Yancey, go. Those are investigations. Oh yeah, we're still at the homicide guy, that's why. Just need to... Yeah, my next request would definitely have to be more cops and more detectives. I should have definitely requested more detectives, but I didn't. Because now I'm short on ones for
Officer on scene. Looks like we have a situation.
Officers have determined the car thief's location, overtake the criminal, detective take him into custody, catch up with the stolen vehicle and open fire, overtake the offender and block the road. Overtake the offender, take him into custody. I don't think he has a weapon.
113.
Offender caught, officers unharmed. Teenager, I doubt he is really that dangerous.
710A in progress.
Hostage situation. A weeping child called in saying that someone is holding him against his will. They won't let me go outside. They torture me and bully me. I don't think I can keep going. I want to go outside and see Pete. Set a Price. Actually, no. Price is drunk. Price is drunk. It'll be fine. I've heard of this his situation actually. I did the situation's a false alarm actually, because yeah, it's a weeping child calling, saying that he's being held against his will when he actually is being held against his will. It's just a bomb. So I'm not gonna bother. I'm not gonna bother. And never mind. I was sending Austin. Let's go send it's probably a fraud. So that's why I'm sending Austin, and I would send him Price, but Price is drunk. Price is drunk, and knowing Price, she's probably going to screw it up and beat the child.
911 in progress.
Theft, Rubinovich? Yeah, Rubinovich Casino. We received a call from an angry casino patron. He claims that one of the casino girls was hanging around his table, lifted his wallet, which was carrying a couple $1,000s of cash and several credit cards. Casino security shoved him outside, said that he was drunk, but the man isn't giving up so easily. Bertrand, Hoskin, go. Said needs help. Jack, we're dealing with a moron who refuses to repay his debts. Says that the police will protect him. I think it's time we show him. He said that the police were on. Nope. I'm not doing any of the crap from Sand. I'm not gonna become a mob.
710.
Hostage situation. Joseph Laurie's mother couldn't let him go play until he ate his broccoli. Yep, figured. I figured if we don't go, I think that's probably gonna be something bad. It's like, oh my god, the cops didn't show up to like this call, which clearly said the child was being held.
911.
Oh my god, triggered. Theft. Offender escaped, officers on her. Kidding.
412 in progress.
Assault with a deadly weapon. City center. At a parking lot exit, security guard stopped a suspicious-looking van and asked to check the driver's membership card. The female driver reached casually into the glove compartment, then pulled out a gun and opened fire. Kochi, Yancey, Purdy, go. Kochi, Yancey, Purdy, go. I can take care of it. Probably, I only said 2, but I wouldn't send in 3 just in case. Especially because Kochi has a stripe. We'll be fine.
Officer on scene. Looks
Police
like we have
officer, a
situation
police cruiser was
here.
caught up with the perpetrator's van. Stop and shoot out the criminal's tires. Shoot out the tires. The van takes a sharp turn and crashes into the window of a sex shop. The woman exits the vehicle, grabs the shop attendant, and puts a gun in his head. Oh, why? Let go of the man right now.
412.
Offender caught, officers unharmed, civilians unharmed, and surprisingly we didn't get yelled at for a van crashing into a sex shop. Just don't tell him. They probably don't even know. They just think it's some random guy, I guess. No, it's a random guy that crashed into the sex shop. No, don't mind me. Okay. Receiving stolen property. We got 3 new frames. Open the investigation. Alright, so this is the first one. So the first one is pulling up towards the restaurant. Make it from the back. Maybe. Yeah, he has the key to the restaurant. Yeah, if he has the key to the restaurant. I think we're gonna have to neglect that because I don't see any of these that have a key. Maybe no. Second, first, third. Go. So right? I don't know. Detective Mole, we got 3 new ones. Okay. Drove by a sedan, shot like a machine gun. I only heard a few muffled shots. A drunk witness, so I didn't even see that one. Well, only a few muffled shots. Okay, so we'll replace that with a silencer. Because he's drunk, this one is muffled, so. Drunk lord. Has to be this one. Oh, it's yeah, well, that was back. I went to buy some medicine and was nearly hit by some idiot's car. Or maybe there's. Could have ignored that guy because that guy seemed particularly angry. So maybe he was just like pissed off at the cops. I'm gonna keep it anyway. Oh, wait. Was he a drunk witness? No one here was drunk. This guy was also a neighbor. So he does have a bit more credibility. I guess. Any calls? They're gone? Okay, end of day. We're still gonna go by... We're gonna go with B shift. go with B shift for a bit more, because most of my guys aren't tired. Investigation into Francis Kendrick could resume. Racist gangs could run wild in cities. Second towers to be built in Freeburg. Lovely. What's going on over here?
The people of Freeburg have built up a tolerance for the petty horrors of modern life. You'll never see crowds gathering around a beaten passerby. Folks rarely even slow to gawk at a car accident. And street theft doesn't turn heads anymore. Been a long time since people got worked up about stuff like that. So when I ran into a troubled crowd on the way to work, I knew there was something serious going on. Something bad enough to knock these people out of their daily rhythm. And we're talking about people who would step over a corpse if it was blocking the door to the coffee shop. But apparently all it takes is a bunch of leaflets, or spreading broken glass across Main Street, or releasing a couple of hundred rats in the ice arena.
Okay.
The mysterious figure taking responsibility for these strange acts goes by the alias Robespierre. Nobody knows who he is, what he wants, or what all this adds up to, from the buckets of lard spread on the sidewalk to the front door of City Hall covered with ostrich feathers.
What?
But this strange cross between childhood pranks and cheap theatrics has got the people all worked up. Everyone understands
Prankster
when some
101
Freeburg
here.
crook satisfies the basic human need to rob and kill. But when someone steals a lion from the local zoo and locks him in a cell below the courthouse, the people start asking questions. Myself, I kind of like this Robespierre. It's not just the pranks he's pulling or his green bull's head emblem. I just like his funny nickname. Robespierre? Really? Who does that make me? The Marquis de Lantenac? I don't think so. In the old books about revolutions, I fancy myself the old gunner who goes off to war with a bag of damp powder. Or maybe the innkeeper who tops up the beer kegs with mop water. It's something to think about.
Something to think about. Every time I hear Robespierre, it makes me think of Robespierre for the French Revolution. Martin Stett is your new deputy. Oh, so Kendrick's been replaced. Does that like change anything at all? Birch. No records can be obtained as a gift or as a thank you for your service. But why wait when you can refill your collection now? Oh, I can buy them. Is that what cash is used for? In the Ulrich's List catalog, you can always find a rich assortment at the lowest possible price. Pre-order and save. Oh. Coming soon. Sure. We'll buy one right now. Yellow one. Clarinet, sure. The Mafia can order you some very interesting services. You're practically a member of the family, so it hardly costs you a thing. How do I do that? Oh my god, the sounds. A crime trap. The Mafia will falsify a special crime in progress report, and all the officers who arrive at the scene will be killed up the recall. What? Oh, this is also one of my scenes. The Mafia will falsify a special investigation, and the detective will write The Mafia will intimidate members of the committee before the hearing. Jesus Christ! Is this what they were referring to when you can legally kill cops? Your new assistant is no Kendrick, and he's not as useless as you might seem. He can handle some of your duties when you're pressed at times. But lunch is on you, along with other hands. No, so you gotta essentially come deputy. Police Academy, send your staff to training. Send employees into an informal party. Hire a snitch, plan it, pay an employee. hire a detective who will assist your investigation for a honest fee. Find out which of your employees plans to testify against you. Convince your employees not to testify against you. I'm gonna lower audio to music. Starting. Okay then.
911 in
Fire
progress.
City Hall. Bigfoot Athletic Shoe Shop. Shoe store clerk reports that 2 teenagers found the most expensive sneakers on display, tried them on, and then, without paying, ran out of the shop while wearing the shoes. Now get Vandal on it. It's not that bad, but I get Vandal. I think Vandal. Yeah, Vandal can do it by himself. Got to. Funeral, Kinsbuck. This woman is an honest servant to the city. Today she was buried with military honors. Oh, that's neat. Oh, that's neat. There's actually a funeral. I thought, like, if they were dead, they were just dead.
We've got a situation.
The teens are standing around smoking not far from the city, admiring their new. Find if I have a cigarette. Grab one. Time to return to shoes.
911.
Offender caught, officer unarmed. Attempted murder. The man returned from work earlier than usual and found his young wife in bed with her lover. The maid called the police when she saw the husband taking a hunting rifle from the cabinet wall. Stovall with Birch Jr., Grant, Sabati. Cohen. Bit of a fishy situation. We only got 4 cups left. Other than that, we have Prado. 8 with a professionalism of 850 and 3 stripes. City Hall. Today in Freeburg, we're hosting the premiere of Back to the Future. The film's distributors have asked for the city for an officer stand at the door to ensure that visitors don't bring their handheld cameras to the theater. Put Grant on it. Should be that hard. It says Grant just like lets in like 10 people in. I mean, City Hall isn't exactly very happy. Black Ops in this event.
410A complete.
That's murder report. Offender caught, officers unharmed, civilians unharmed. Nice. Oh, Birch and Birch Jr. I didn't even realize that they're both the same shift.
412A in progress.
Freiburg Elementary. A young father deprived of his parental rights tried to pick up his daughter from school. When he wasn't allowed access, he attacked the teacher, knocked her to the ground, and started kicking her. What the hell? Vandal, Birch, get on it. Gonna love doing that. By the end of this series. Ulrich Biber, City Center. Mr. Boyd, I have a very sensitive issue with our mutual friend, Charlie Dill. Said you could help me. As you already know, I own the largest music store in Freeburg. Recently, my ex-wife got half my record collections in a lawsuit. A lot of rare records. My ex is very afraid of the police and always tries to act like a law-abiding citizen. If some of your guys went over there in uniform and told her those records were evidence of an important investigation, she'd just smile and give her whatever they asked, not even check forward for it. Fine. I'm not sending 3 officers for this. No. I was like, fine, I'll go send you like 1. Alright, I'll go send you 1. Or 2. No, I was like, I was gonna go send you 1, but send you 3 now, screw that. That's not worth my time.
210 in progress.
Gallery of Martin Art. A guard said that someone got to the exhibition, scrawled pictures of penises onto the artwork and hid in a closet. Instead of Birch Jr. for it. So he went into the museum. He just jumped up the fence with the freaking Sharpie, just scribbled penises all over. And imagine like was that painting of like 2 Mormon farmers with like pitchforks, like looking like dead of life.
Here.
Dead of life just scribbles penises all over it. All the lights are on when the police arrive. The museum caretaker explains that he's only had the job a couple of weeks, and he's worried that he's going to be fired over the foolishness. The police calm him down and point and he points out the bathroom stall that artist locked himself in. Come up with your hands up. Terrified at a tearful young man holding a knife insists that he's engaged in some kind of performance art that no one understands and refuses to surrender, threatening to stab himself. What's up?
210.
God damn it, Birch! Birch! Screw you, Birch. Bastard. It's only your first fail. Yeah, you did do. Yeah, you failed 2, and Grant, you're kind of on the brink of being fired here. 3 successful, 1 failed. 0 and 0. Van Dunn has got 5 successful. Stovall's got 3, and Pardo has done because I only hired him 2 days ago. I like to call the little transition here. Off here. Jack, we have something going down today at the engineering plant at 1109. We wouldn't want any policemen crashing the party. I think 4,000 should be enough for such a request. Okay, good. Birch do it, I guess. Offender caught, officers unharmed, civilians unharmed. Alright. Birch.
911 in progress.
He just received a call from the groundskeeper at the machine factory. He spotted 2 offenders stealing aluminum from the factory through the hole in the wall. It's the Mafia. I'd be killing my officers if I went in there. Sorry, guys. Thank you. Thank you for doing what we asked you to out. 4 grand. Offender escape. Psychological tests. Jack, you must have seen the newspaper stories about Thomas Blaine, the retired cop who went schizophrenic and shot a pregnant woman. To ensure this tragedy doesn't repeat itself, we decided to conduct psychological testing on all cops over age 50. This includes you, Jack. Tomorrow morning, Dr. Eleanor Waterbury is waiting for you at your office. Don't be late. Okay. Gotta make sure I'm not schizophrenic. Yeah. Alright. We're still going with the same shift. Mysterious ropes to be aired out his political ambitions. City treasurer doles out 90,000 for mayor's birthday. 6 new restaurants to appear in cities by year's end. Ropes BS showed up at my apartment yesterday. It was awful. Dr. Eleanor Waterbury. Mr. Boyd, this is a very simple test. I'll show you a card with an abstract image. You just look at them and tell me what you see. Water blow. Or Rorschach. A man taking a handful of tablets to fine ever heads. It's like a bunch of crumbs. 2 natives being a crumb. I don't. A man going back to his house, a butterfly, a man with a clock in his face. A woman decorating a Christmas tree. This girl, a blue alien raping a pig. What? What? Christmas tree. Kind of looks like a Christmas tree. Or like a mountain with like a road spiraling on it, personally. A man giving a woman a Christmas ornament. A tower on a hill. Look at a man giving a woman a Christmas ornament. A woman dropping the Christmas ornament. An automobile accident. A tree that's growing human lungs. This is quite the imagination. Pieces of the Christmas ornament all over the floor. Yeah. A A man is yelling at the woman. A chess rook. A man with the head of rhymes. I don't even know what a chess rook is. I'm gonna pick that one anyway. A huge hedgehog. Yeah, hedgehog. Eating people instead of apples. An overturned truck. A woman slapping a man. Yeah, I can see that. The man pushing the woman. The key on the chain knocked his playing the piano. The woman falling over with a Christmas tree. A pile of autumn leaves. A woman with a worn skin coat. Thank you for your time, Mr. Boyd. I will inform you about the test results in the coming days. Okay, cool. I feel like I failed that, and that's how the game ends. No black employees at City Hall. Mayor says accident. Shia Broom re-elected as Freeburg's general attorney. Major businessmen ready to invest in the future of the city. Utterly fascinating. My god. I'm too tired, I can hardly walk straight. Can I go home? Yeah, sure. Yeah. Stripes. I'm gonna give Vandal. I'm gonna give Vandal the stripe. I'm gonna give Vandal the stripes. I should maybe give it to Samadi, but I like Samadi to be at least the average. I would give it to Mariniak, but Mariniak hasn't been on a single shift, so I don't think it'd be right to give him that. I'll pick this one. Signum, John Sangster. 7 a.m. A few months ago, an unregistered feminist organization appeared in Freeburg. Today, they are holding their first protest. As far as we know, the organization is backed by foreign sponsors, and their goal is to get their people into important positions in City Hall. The protest may escalate into something more serious, but we need to show them who's in charge. We need batons and tear gas, even firearms if necessary. Let's show them what intimidation looks like up close and personal. You're kidding me, right? "50 women gathered in the park chatting." I'm gonna need to send them in if I want Town Hall to give me crap. We're gonna send in crappy officers. This is also half my force. A riot? Jack, we have a problem. Chief Prosecutor of Freeburg is a woman, and seems to be she's on the side of the defendants. She might be walking into some serious legal problems. We better keep a safe big smash with shield to prevent possible prosecution. I can't afford it, woman. No, wait, who gets Marinick? Marinick? Marinick hasn't done anything. First job. Dissatisfied client has entered some law offices with a pistol, took several employees hostage, demanding a meeting with the firm's partners. These shyster Jews took me for a ride, they sucked up all my money, and my son still went to jail. Vandal and Prado. Vandal and... I need to send in 2 officers. I can't send in squads. City Hall! No, I'm not suppressing by force. My SWAT team gone? Like the rest of the day, or they're coming back? God. Jack, we have something going down today at the Rubinovich Casino at 12:40. We wouldn't want any people to probably take 8 friends for such a place. 12:40? Gotcha. Mr. Boyd, your psych seems to be in good shape. My only concern is your stress levels. The research shows that Beethoven's music soothes and relaxes the nervous system. I recommend you invest a good bit into good old Ludwig van. It helps any violent urges away. Well, tomorrow's deadline. I haven't gotten any leads made. And I only have 1 guy on it. I've only got one guy on it.
710.
Arson, last picture tonight. Young woman is set on fire during the movie theater in Atlanta. What the hell? Those are on it. Put Moser on that one. Offender caught, options on her. Investigation. I thought I could get fine. Okay, I got my guys. Although I know I was SWAT. After all, City Hall only said I needed to shoot. They never said anything about force. The other casino called the police after a man entered the place using a grenade. He threw a duffel bag onto the floor and demanded it be filled with money. I would go after them, but Sans pissed. The incident occurred during the screening of Jim Jones' Paradise except for Monday. Fortunately, no. Mr. Boyd, today we are installing a new slot machine on called Super Magdalene 3. Last time we put in a new one of the bigger kitchens broke it the first day. It would be great if you could set a couple of Grant Birch. Civilian killed. This is Freeburg. The great city of Freeburg.
1210 in progress.
St. John's Hospital. A pregnant woman called in a report on a suspicious gynecologist who she met in reception. The doctor was behaving very strangely and attempted to persuade the girl to have an abortion. Though she was already 5 months pregnant, through streaming in tears, she explained the doctor said that for only $10,000 she would save me from the parasite inside my body. Okay, then I'll go send some audio. There we go. I don't know why I'm sending a cop to this, to be honest. Oh well, I'm doing it anyway. Everything went great, boss. In fact, it's been a while since we had that much fun. We beat the hell out of them hellfighters. Good. Thank you for your help, Mr. Boyd. 2 grand. Nice. Nice, so they drink themselves and stuff. That's good.
210 in progress.
Disorderly conduct in the ghettos. Housewife Takara Montes often complains to the police about her neighbors. They're constantly making a racket and often get into fights, always refusing to discuss things with their neighbors. She called the police again today after hearing a loud bangs in the apartment, followed by loud screams. According to her, about 6 or 7 people live in there. Prado, Marinek, go. It's the ghettos, after all.
Looks like we have a situation here.
The doctor spots the police, grabs the scalpel, and boldly shouts, "Come on, I'll release your souls from this filthy world." Head with a taser.
1210 complete.
You missed with a fucking taser? Come on! I should have sprayed. You missed with a taser? Or that thing, or he has like some freaking installation rubber suit, and he just makes him completely immune. The mayor himself. Jack, you swore an oath to preserve your city. If you can't keep your promises, we won't keep ours. You only said to send in cops. You never said to, you know, use force. Jack, we're about to bring in a large shipment of alcohol, but we've heard that our new partners like to play tough. We need a couple of your guys for insurance.
I was trying to raise 10-1, Sergeant Hotspot.
situation is more serious than we thought. Requesting reinforcements. Vandal, Stovall. Go. Maul out cops. Mandy's back though.
611 in progress.
A rape? Oh god, okay. A call came in from the hotel occupant who is concerned about the cries from a woman in the adjoining room. Sounds to me like someone's being raped, she said. She said frightened. I have a feeling that this is a false alarm, but I'm gonna send somebody anyway. Birch Jr. and Grant are coming back. That's good. Reinforcements went in.
210 complete.
Disorderly conduct. Offender caught. Officers unharmed. Arson. We got 3 new frames. Okay. Let me actually read this. I remember a girl with bright red hair. She sold a ticket. I sold her a ticket after the show started. Although, the usher. Although I usually don't do that. But she was really nice and I noticed a bottle in her hand. I thought it was soda. I wouldn't think much for such a pretty lady would come into the movies with anything hard. I sat in the last row. A few minutes after the film started, I heard someone enter the room and slam the door. I was going to say something, but I don't like it when someone strikes me from Joe Swinch's vision. When I saw the flash of fire and the flaming bottle and you flew straight from the screen. Flew straight to the screen. So this would definitely have to be it. When the screen caught fire, I thought it must have been part of the show. You know what I heard? That Jim Jarmusch guy is from a nut house. When the fire started, I immediately started looking around for a way out. That's when I spotted her redheaded fool. She ran away quickly. It wasn't time to do anything. Give me a second. Right. The incident during the screening of the Jim Jarmusch film Stranger Than Paradise. The screen is ruined and the members of the audience suffered minor injuries from panic. Unfortunately, no one was seriously hurt. It looks like he's yelling, but the usher himself said that he didn't do anything about it. Not to mention, no one ever mentioned anything about barricading. No one mentioned anything about barricading. No one. So... Not to mention, no one suffered major injuries. They did suffer minor injuries, so what I imagine maybe that's from possibly minor injuries from in the panic, but no one was seriously hurt. Possibly due to smoke inhalation from the fire, maybe. Or maybe it could be that. The usher never yelled at anyone, so I'm gonna wait for another frame to come in with that. Alright, my comrades are back. Sand. Oh god, okay, it is actually a rain, okay. The door to one of the rooms on the second floor is setting ajar, and through it can be seen a large man holding a crying girl by the neck. He's striking her in the face and shouting, "Shut up, you whore! I paid to you. Now keep quiet." Strike the man in the knees. The girl managed to escape, but her pimp leaps for the man, and another fight breaks out. Pepper spray. The man shoves the pimp away and suddenly jumps out the window. Am I gonna jump out of the window? I don't want to injure him. I'd rather run upstairs. He escaped, but I'm fine. Oh, I mean, it's not fine because you know it's a rapist. But I have a feeling if he jumped out the window, he was probably gonna injure himself. Granted, it's on the second floor. But I still don't want him to injure himself. Yeah. Boss, I quit. I just need to spend more time with you. God Christ. Okay. Damn it. Okay, we're switching. Okay. Note to self. Don't do a shift no more than 3 in a row. Okay. Rogers is responsible for Freeburg PD. Break down Major Rogers. I will bring order to the police station. Representatives of Orthodox Church may appear in Freeburg. Need to hire another cop for that. And you hire another cop for that shift then. Okay. Alright, please be advised that we are unhappy with the efficiency of the Freeburg Police Department. We're cutting the department's budget. What? What the hell? Okay, we are unhappy with the efficiency of the budget, so we're gonna make it even more inefficient. You'll lose one job slot, removing an unoccupied. I'm sorry, Grant. Take care of the hero. Stephen Marinick is today a hero, having pulled a drowning Senator Wallace Green from the river. The municipality, on the senator's recommendations, decided to award this outstanding officer. The ceremony is scheduled for July 27th. The event will be open to the press, as well as Mr. Green's family. We wish to personally thank the officer. Make sure nothing unusual happens to this officer, so he'll be able to attend the ceremony and receive his medal without complications. I fucking tried! City Hall, what do you want? I want my slots. I want my slots back. I want my slot back.
410A in progress.
Sometimes your officers will arrest only one or two criminals, but when you're taking down a whole group, it's better to bring the paddy wagon. A truly professional staff can cope without the need for special transportation, but most officers prefer a paddy wagon when the situation calls for it. Too bad the department doesn't have the money for one. You're kidding me, right? An ice cream van struck a schoolboy. Oh, Jesus. The ambulance arrived quickly, but the boy was declared dead on the scene. The nearby residents are enraged to demand justice from the driver of the van. He's currently holed up inside the ambulance while the paramedic trying to reason with the crowd. The situation is quickly spiraling out of control. Coachy, go in. Coachy, go in mine. Save soul. Alright. Labor market. Okay. Hire for shift A. How many, investigations, affairs, police station. Okay, so, I think shift A, shift A, to keep, keep things even. We'll hire another detective. Okay, this guy's best. Hire for shift A. Alright, another word for shipping. 16. 16 out of 16. Alright. Jack, some black gangster hit one of our shops. It's too much for us to deal with right now. Can you help us? I mean, it is still technically responding to a crime scene. Attempted murder, suburbs. Situations more serious than we thought, requesting reinforcements. Yancy, Purdy, get on it. Noise complaint. Sawmill. An elderly man called the police station, reported the terrible screams that he's coming from the sawmill for over an hour. What the hell is going on there? What's the guy got to do to get all sleep around here? You better go check it out. Houskin, get on it. I'm gonna send one officer there. Too much. Jack, we have something going down at the courthouse at 6:30. Let's crash the party. I think 6 crashes. Officer caught, officers unharmed, civilians unharmed. Perfect. My guys are coming back. Henry Sand. Mr. Boyd, I manage a large fleet of vehicles and wanted to organize a workshop for my new drivers. They have learned how to behave on the road, so your patrolmen will never need to look twice for our cars. Please send 3 of your best officers. They'll ride all day with my people and explain the intricacies of traffic flow and police monitoring. I have heard about the problems your department faces, particularly your obsolete fleet of police vehicles, so in return I would be happy to donate a paddy wagon. Oh, yes, please. Go in. I don't care, my best guys are coming back anyway.
Looks like we have a situation here.
Sawmill surrounded by a 9-foot fence. Gates are locked from the inside. Shots can be heard from inside. Break the gate open. The man is threatening a young boy with a circular saw. The man is screaming hysterically. Take aim at the criminal and shoot. Kill. Offender caught. Officers unharmed. Civilians unharmed. Really? Really? Even when I shot him? Okay. I mean, he's threatening a little boy. I mean, I kind of have to shoot at him here. An emergency call was received from an all-night drugstore. An addict is attempting to gain unlawful entry. He violently threatened a female pharmacist, demanding she open the cabinets. Barton and Kochi. I'm gonna expect that he's not too dangerous. I'm setting Kochi in because she's the only one in the shift that actually has stripes. Henry Sand. Chief, we rode along and went over the basics with their empty-handed drivers. We're done for today. Meanwhile, Mr. Sand dropped off a brand new paddy wagon. It's a nice piece of equipment, too good for the idiots who'll be packed inside. Nice paddy wagon night.
Mortality in progress.
Courthouse homicide. During his sentencing, a serial killer... Oh, no. A serial killer by the name of Albert Ramirez seized a gun from the holster of the court bailiff, and after shooting several witnesses, barricaded himself inside the courtroom. A young stenographer has been taken hostage. I'm actually kind of curious. What happens if I do this? My sentence. If I'm going to do it one time. I'm kind of just curious, to be honest. I know it's sand. I know it is. I'm going to send it in anyway, because I'm kind of curious what happens if I go against sand. A little bit. Oh, nice. Kochi's at 400 now. I do want to. I want to give the Yancy the other stripe rather than Kochi. One.
I was trying to raise 10 or Sergeant.
More reinforcements. I can't give you more reinforcements. I can't give you more reinforcements. Sorry. Jack, we don't know why you did it, but we hope you had a good reason. Don't forget who your friends were. We don't want any more trouble. Homicide. Offender caught. Officers unharmed. Civilians unharmed. So, assuming you're standing. So you have between a standing of City Hall and sand. And I'm assuming the less with sand, I'm assuming starts like to revolt against you the same way how City Hall is. Emergency medical services arrived on call for a man complaining of chest pains. While they are treating him, the man suddenly attacks one of the EMTs, shouted wildly about the global pharmaceutical conspiracy. The other personnel managed to escape and called the police. Barton? I'm gonna risk it. I have at least an option. I should have sent Kochi. Yeah, I should have sent coaching because these guys would have came back and now it's going to be worse. It's probably going to win. I mean, if Barton can do it by himself, that's great. Or by herself, that's great. I should have sent coaching in. Because that would have guaranteed Barton to actually act well. Act better.
Looks like we have a situation here.
The door to the apartment is locked from the inside and untenable screams can be heard from within. Enter an adjoining apartment, climb over the balcony. The victim is bound and lying on the floor. The assailant is sitting on top of him, waving a syringe filled with an unknown substance. A bottle of bleach is on the floor nearby. Tell us about this conspiracy. Drop the syringe. The man jumps up and grabs some papers from the table. Everything is written down here. All the evidence you'll need. They created these medications to control our minds. What? 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 I thought I could maybe trick him. No, I got Barton killed. Kidding me. No new frames found. Feels like that. No new frames found. I don't know. Yeah, I know his own, but I would like additional officers on that. Okay. Well, each of your employees receives a weekly salary. The ones who are still alive, but if you bury the paperwork, you could still pull in somebody from amongst these officers' salaries. So long as they're alive and healthy on paper, City Hall will keep printing perfectly healthy paychecks. We need to do some paperwork for this dead employee. Keep the body at the morgue. Nah, we'll declare dead. Nah, we're not gonna do that. We'll go back shifts. Just of all, run today there. But I'm gonna finish up. I'm gonna end the stream here. We're gonna go see this paper. Small drug dealers invade Freeburg. All City Hall employees awarded company cars for personal use. Freeburg to host semifinals in the Youth Hockey League? God, you picked a bad city for that then. Alright, well, I'm gonna finish up the stream here. This game's actually pretty fun. I mean, despite me not being very good at it, I've already gotten 2 officers killed. Friend of the Mafia, and also made City Hall my enemy. But yeah, very fun game. I'm definitely going to be continuing this as a series. Yeah, that is the stream. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed watching, make sure to hit that little heart and follow. You can go scroll down and you can go into the tips and points page. You can go spend your points there. You can go into the Discord server and join the Discord server and interact with people and do other stuff. As well as go into the YouTube channel where you can go see all the streams are archived there, and you can go watch other streams that you may have missed, or maybe you're new to the Twitch channel and you can go see them there. Whew, excuse me. And if you're watching from YouTube, make your subscribe, bell button, all that stuff. Not your mom, or your dad, or your guardian, or I don't know, your gym teacher telling you what to do. Here, you know what to do. You can also go in the description and you can go follow the Twitch channel and you can go see when I go live and yeah, see these streams when they go live and stuff, rather than, you know, watch them after they happen. Go interact with the chat. Next stream is going to be Wednesday at 8 o'clock standard time. I would stream at 9, that's my usual time, but 9 is just too late for me during the week. So at 8 p.m. it's just a lot better, a lot more convenient for me. Yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you all next time. Bye-bye. You know, I really miss that first officer that got killed. I don't remember her name, but it's so sad. This is so sad. Can we just type in, let's go type in the console, /revive officer girl woman